Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Posey, your favorite reading specialist, and today let's jump into word chains. So word chains are words that are linked together by changing one word at a time. I do these all the time with my students when I am introducing new skills or new sounds. In my experience, there is a bit of a learning curve with this activity, but once students get it, then they get it. In a previous video, I shared that I use something like this to have the students work on their word chains, and they work vertically. But you can also use a simple whiteboard. And more recently, I have created this template, and really this depends on the group or the student, but either way. For this video, I am going to use a whiteboard just for simplicity. So like this template, I will have students write whatever skill we're working on at the top. So if we are working on short A, for example, I will have them write the short A symbol at the top. And then I usually have them do about 6 words. So I'll say, go ahead and number your board 1 through 6. I have noticed that students have the most success when they number their board on the left side vertically. Now, some students who grasp the concept a little more easily or quickly, they can number in a different style, but this is my standard, this is my baseline. That way students can really visualize those changes made in the word. So again, depending on the group, I might say spell the word pack. In other groups, I'll say, I'm going to give you the sounds. I want you to make the word from the sounds that I give you. So we're working on a lesson with short A, and my students know that after a short A comes the digraph CK in a 1-syllable word. Like I said, in some other groups, I might say your first word is made up of the sounds P, A, K, spell it. So again, depends on the student, depends on the skill level within the group. Now, without changing the word in number 1, make pack say back. And so students, without changing number 1, will have to make pack say back. Again, depending on the student or the skill level, you might have to break it down even more. I might also say, change the P sound to a B, and we'll just go there. And then I'll say, go ahead and add the rest of the sounds, or keep the rest of the sounds, keep the rest of the letters. Or bring down the rest of the sounds and letters. So we've changed pack to back. I'll say, great. Now change back to bash. And so students know that we don't have to change the B sound. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that A sound, but we're going to change that K, that digraph K, to a digraph sh for bash. Again, I might say, without changing the word in number 2, find the letters that say K or make the K sound. Now I want you to change that K sound to a sh sound. Everything else stays the same. And we'll still get this down here. Okay, for this word, change the B to a K. Now this one often stumps my students, and so I had to do a mini lesson on when to use K and when to use C when you hear that K, hard K sound at the beginning of a word. So most of the time, of course, English has lots of exceptions, but most of the time when the next letter or the next vowel is a U, or O, we will use the C. When the next letter is I or E, we will use K. So then my students have to think, okay, what is the next sound? What is the next letter? Okay, I'm not changing any of this. And I know I need the K sound. My next letter is A, so I'm going to use C. My handwriting getting a little funky here. Okay, this next step also stumps a lot of my students. Without changing the word in number 4, change cash to crash. I might have to break it down. What do you notice? And then I might have the students chop up number 4. Let's back up. Let's chop up number 4. What sounds do you hear in the word cash? K, ash, cash. All right, let's chop up the word crash. K-r-ash. What do you notice? Was a sound added? Was a sound taken away? Yes, a sound was added. Where was that sound added? Let's chop it up again. K. Go ahead and write your k sound. What's the next sound? R. Next sound, ah. Final sound, sh. Change crash to crush. Great. Take 10 silent seconds to read your list 1 through 6. All right, now let's read it out loud as a group. Pack, back, bash, cash, crash, crush. And then I'll have students read it one at a time.